Hi, this is Richard Quack here, coming to you live from Malaysia. I would like to welcome you to my weekly live video, and in today's session, I would like to talk about the topic of network marketing. Okay, and the topic is why the old ways of doing network marketing are failing. All right, now before I start, okay, I want to tell you that this is only my opinion, all right? So basically take it with a pinch of salt, and if you think that it is useful, make use of it. But you think that it is of no use, then you can discard it. There's no problem for me, all right? So basically, the old ways of doing network marketing are failing. Well, it doesn't mean that the old way does not work. It still does work, but in today's business environment, with all the changes happening in terms of technology, in terms of knowledge, and so on, we have to change what we are doing. If you don't change, then you are going to be stagnant. All right, you're going to remain where you are. It's not only in network marketing. In whatever that we do in business, we have to change. If you don't change, then you remain stagnant. Okay, so in network marketing, it's the same thing here. If you want to be successful, you want to move up to the next level, then you got to change your mindset and the way you do things. Okay, so again, this is only my opinion, all right? So please take it with a pinch of salt. All right, let's have a look. Number one, most of the people in network marketing get involved with making a prospect list or a name list for that matter, all right? I remember years ago when I started in network marketing, the same thing happened to me. My sponsor asked me to make a name list, all right, about 200 names. Okay, now that is the traditional way of doing prospecting. All right, now there are a few problems there if you make a name list. Number one, it won't be a big list. All right, 200 is quite reasonable size. All right, so the thing is that the number of prospect you have will not be large enough. Okay, number two is that the people that you put on the list are the people that you know very well, and they know you very well as well. So basically, when they know you well, they know that you struggled before, you failed before, and so on. So it's difficult to convince these people. They will judge you. And most of them will tell you, you do it first. Then once you're successful, come back to me. All right. So that is the main problem with that. Okay. And most of the people on your list don't have any entrepreneur mindset whatsoever. All right. Network marketing is a business. You need to have an entrepreneur mindset to succeed. Most of them don't have any business mindset whatsoever. Okay, and the last thing is this, most people, when they exhaust the list, put it this way, if you have a name list of 200 people, how long will that last? All right, if you are doing actively, probably it will last you 2 months. Okay, so what happens when you don't have a prospect list anymore, when you run out of your prospect? Then most of the people will say, well, I don't have any more prospect, then I don't think I can do it anymore. So they will slow down and slow down and slow down. So that's the problem with having a prospect list. Okay, that's the traditional way. But you can still do that. I'm not saying that you can't do that. But today, there are billions of prospects outside there. All right, take Facebook as an example. Facebook has got about 2.5 billion members there. So you have 2.5 billion prospects. And taking LinkedIn into account as well, LinkedIn has got another 600 million prospects. So you got about 3 billion prospects. Let me ask you a simple question. Can you ever run out of prospect? You never run out of prospect. The only thing is that you got to make a decision to choose your prospect. All right. Now you have 3 billion prospect, which you can choose who you want to talk to. All right. You got to sort out who you can talk to, who are the right candidate, and so on. So this is why it's so important to use social media. All right. You will never run out of prospect. And you know one thing, people do not know you on social media, so it's easier to talk to them. Rather than you have the list of 200 names, many of them know who you are, and they know your history. They know you failed before. All right, so basically, that's the first problem, making a prospect list, okay? Now, number two is the way of invitation, all right? Now, previously, invitation is by what? Normally, by meeting, one another, one-to-one, or by phone call, or by email, or by fax, and so on, right? So that's how the invitation was done. So basically, it's one-to-one most of the time, right? But today, with technology, with software and so on, you don't have to do one-to-one anymore. All right. It still works, no doubt, right? But today, you can have, invitation to a few thousand people at one shot, especially if you advertise. All right, if you advertise, if you got a squeeze page or you have got a funnel, you can advertise it on Facebook or even on Google. You can, advertise to hundreds or thousands of people. So one go, you can have few hundred or thousand prospects and you sort it out rather than one-to-one. All right, one-to-one is slower. All right, but the thing is that, if you can use the technology, use social media, use software and so on, then you can reach more people. So invitation become more economical. All right, and basically you can reach more people. All right, now with the email, all right, you can, once you build a list, you can email them. Let's say you got 1,000 people in your list, you can email one email to 1,000 people with one click of the button. Isn't it easier? All right, so basically that is how invitation should be done. But of course, you can still use the traditional way, right? One-to-one or phone call and so on. But it's very tiring. All right, it's very tiring. Maybe you think that, you can have better prospect when you talk to them, warm prospect and so on. But cold prospect, you can also convert them into warm prospect if you know what to do. Are you with me? So the second thing is invitation. The old way of invitation still works, but then why not use the new way of doing it when you have social media, you have software, your internet, and so on. Okay, that's number 2, invitation. Number 3, your presentation. All right, now the way of presentation, the traditional way, because I know about it, because a few weeks back, somebody asked me to talk to somebody in US, the leader, showing me the presentation about the company. I listened to the presentation, I almost fell asleep. It doesn't convince me at all. You know why? Because the traditional way of doing presentation is, talk about the company, talk about the product, talk about compensation plan, and so on. You bore the people to death. Because when you talk that way, they know it's MLM. It's the traditional way of doing MLM. Remember, people don't buy features. Okay? They buy what's in it for me, FOMO. Okay? What's in it for me? All right, sorry, FOMO is fear of loss. I got confused with that. But anyway, the thing is that, people, all right, they basically, what's in it for me? They want to know how it benefits them. So you're talking about the features and so on is no point. All right, how would it benefit them? Okay, and also you got to show in a way that it doesn't look like MLM. Because, put this way, people are scared of MLM. When you hear the word MLM, they become very, very defensive. Don't you agree so? They become defensive. So you got to do in such a way that, it doesn't sound like an MLM, because when you talk about network marketing or MLM, the status become very low. When the status is low, people don't make decisions. All right, so you got to increase the status. And one way of doing it is, like what I do is that, talk about a system, all right, whereby we don't sell MLM, but we sell a whole system, a whole package of products, plus training, plus software, and tools and resources, and so on. Okay, so presentation should be like that now. Okay, not the traditional way. Okay, and of course, the other way is that presentation and so on can be done online as well. Rather than you yourself individually doing the presentation, you can do it as a webinar or auto webinar. You record it and then put onto a webinar platform whereby it will play on its own like a live webinar. All right, so that's how you should do presentation today. You've got to save a lot of time, because or else it's going to take you a lot of time. Okay, so basically the way of doing presentation must change, and also how you present it. Rather than one-to-one, you can present it one to hundreds or 1 to 1,000 by using online platform like webinar and so on. Okay, especially auto webinar. Okay, number 4 is quantity versus quality, right? Well, previously, you talk to a lot of people, all right? You talk to a lot of people. So a lot of quantity is very important. But today, I believe that quality is important, because quantity is important, no doubt. You want a lot of people in, but then you got to sort out the people who got quality, all right? Like I said, if you use the internet, you blast out to 1,000 people, then that is quantity, no doubt. But then you want to sort out and find the quality people, because not everybody is suitable for the business. Not everybody will be interested in doing what you're doing. And you must remember one thing, that, what you think is your cup of tea or your cup of coffee, to some other people, is not their interest whatsoever. All right, so basically, that is why it's so important, to go through a lot. Okay, quantity, but to find the quality people. Are you with me? Okay. Number 5, well, I still remember the old days, they do product demo. All right, I still remember I got to learn how to do the product demo, and I will go to see a prospect with a kind of a bag, with a demo thing and so on, and showing demo, product demo and so on. People are still doing that today, I'm sure, right? But can you think about it, when you go to a professional person's house, okay, or a businessman house, and you take out all the thing and show the demo, what is the first impression? You look like a salesman. All right, you're trying to sell something, and they'll be thinking, you expect me to do that? I'm a professional person, and you expect me to be doing that? I don't think so. I might buy it from you to support you, but I don't think this is suitable for me as a business. So doing product demo could be good for leadership and training. But in today's environment, people don't have patience. All right, people don't have patience. They want things fast and efficient, effective as well. So product demo could be good in a way, but then, it's wasting a lot of time, because the impression that people get, the perception is that it is very low class, like a salesman, right? Like, the vacuum cleaner salesman who come to the house, show you the vacuum cleaner demo and so on. It's just like that. All right. So basically, product demo is no, okay? It's no more. It's the traditional way. But if you want to do it, it's okay with me. No problem whatsoever, okay? Number 6 is that, previously, people have to travel everywhere. I remember when I first started doing my network marketing business as well, I got to travel to so many countries. All right, travel to Indonesia, travel to Thailand, travel to Philippines, even to India and other parts of Asia, right? Traveling. Now, what is the problem with traveling? Number 1, it takes a lot of time. Okay, number 2, it's expensive as well. It costs you a lot of money, because it's not only the airfare, but the accommodation, the food, and so on. All right, so basically, traveling today, you don't have to travel anymore, especially now with the COVID, which is a good thing as well. People are now beginning to use technology. People are using webinar platform like Zoom, all right? All right, so basically, you don't need to travel anymore. Okay, you can do presentation, training all online. Okay, I was talking to one of my leaders in the US, right? One of my mentor in the US. He said, he's doing all for the last 2 months, just doing Zoom training for his group. And within 2 months, the group grew by 2,000 over people. But just by doing online presentation, online training, and so on. So we can do that as well. But of course, at the end of the day, when they have a few leaders there who are active and so on, you need to fly there as well to meet them and to encourage them and so on. So sometimes it's important as well that, you only travel when you find the right leaders and when they are serious in what they do. Are you with me? So basically, traveling is really something that you don't need anymore. Okay? Even when you are talking about within the country as well, the same thing as well. You don't have to travel here, travel there. You can do all from the comfort of your own home, which a lot of people love now. Okay? Number 7. Well, previously, we are talking about push marketing. Push marketing, that means, they push the business, the product to you. That's push marketing. But today, you can't use push marketing anymore. People get pissed off. Honestly, you cannot use push marketing anymore. So that's why comes the strategy called attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is providing value to people and attracting them to you. That's how it is. When you give value, people respect you more, they trust you more, and once they trust you, then basically they come to you. Probably they will message you and ask you, hey, what is it that you are doing? I'm interested to find out more, something like that. All right, but you cannot be pushing people. All right, which is easier, let me ask you? Chasing after people or people coming to you? It's easier when people come to you, right? They're curious, they come to you, rather than you push and push and push. Okay, that is what push marketing is. Today, it is all about attraction marketing. I hope you understand that, all right? Number 8, the me generation versus the we generation. This is important. Previously, we were in the me generation. If you remember those days, when they talk about, it's all about me. Look at me. I'm successful. Look at the car I drive. Look at the house I live in. Look at my income. My income statement and so on. It's all about me. Previously, right? It does work because that was the time of the me generation. But today we are no longer in the me generation. We are what we call in the we generation. W-E. We generation. We generation. People don't want to listen to you bragging about how well you do, showing your car. No. People want to talk about, let's collaborate together. Let's work together as a team. That's what it is about. We generation, that means collaboration as a team, especially with the younger generation, they're not interested in how much you earn or how well you are doing. They're interested whether they can work with you as a team or not. Okay, so that's number 8, the me generation versus the we generation. Now, the number 9 item is the pay plan. A lot of pay plans are not balanced. All right, a lot of pay plans are top heavy. Top heavy means, they pay the heavy hitter very well. Okay, they pay the heavy hitter very well. Now, you and I know the company can only pay a certain percentage of the income, right? They can only pay a certain percentage. Now, let's say they have got an example, right? Let's say they got 10 million to pay out as a commission, right? Now, if they pay out of 10 million, they pay out 5 million to a few of the heavy hitters, okay? Which leaves 5 million to the rest of the millions of distributor. So everybody is getting chicken feed. That's about it. All right, so that's the problem with a lot of pay plan that is top heavy. All right, so the heavy hitter earn a lot of money. They can show you big checks, but the majority of the people at the grassroots level, they're not even earning enough to cover the cost of the product. So a lot of plans are that way. And some of the plans, you'll be surprised. All right, they are created to make sure that you fail. Believe me, some plans are created to make sure that you fail or that you're going to work forever. You cannot even retire. Okay, I don't want to mention about what sort of plan and so on, but the thing is that you have to be conscious that, there are plans that don't take care of your interests. You got to work until you die. So how can you have passive income when you have to work forever? Okay, so basically, the pay plan is very important. Look at the pay plan that is well balanced. Whatever level you are, how new you are, you get paid at the same rate according to the amount of work that you put in. That's very important. Okay, so number 9. Lastly, number 10. Okay, the attrition rate is very high. As attrition, people dropping off. Do you believe me? The attrition rate in some companies are as high as 95%. 95%. Can you imagine in your team, right? You got 100 people that you bring in. Okay? After 12 months or 18 months, the 100 people left with 5. 95% good. All right, so basically, it is so important that, attrition rate is very important. Because why? If the attrition rate is very high, you got to work very hard to get in new people all the time. Keep on getting new people, because it's just a leaf, a tree, the leaf keep on dropping and dropping and dropping. If you don't have new leaf coming out, then the tree will go bald. Attrition rate is very important because in certain plan, the attrition rate is very high because there's no close relationship whatsoever. All right, it's important to be able to have a close relationship, especially over the first 3 level. You have to have a good relationship with these people, and if you have a good relationship with these people, then the attrition rate will be lower, much lower. All right, but bear in mind, attrition rate is very high in most companies. Okay, especially those with top heavy plan. Because why? The top heavy hitters, they earn money, but the grassroots cannot earn money. And you and I know, if people don't earn money, what happens? They quit or they move to another company. All right, so the attrition rate plays a very, very important part. Now, what you are today, is what you thought and did previously. Agree? So it's time for you to change. What you want to become, start from today onwards. Okay, so you can incorporate some of the ideas I share with you here, which is I think is good through my experience and so on. But like I say again, if it is not suitable for you, it's okay, no problem. Take it as information, that's all. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today. Let me summarize what is the topic today. Why the old ways of doing network marketing are failing. Okay, number 1 is making a prospect list. Okay, number 2, invitation. Number three, presentation. The old way of presentation, talking about company, product, compensation plan, and so on. All right. Number 4, quality versus quantity. Number 5, doing product demo. Number 6, traveling here, traveling there, traveling everywhere. Number 7, push marketing versus attraction marketing. Okay. Number 8, the me generation and the we generation. Today we are in the we generation. A lot of pay plan are top heavy. That means they pay the heavy hitters very well. Okay, but the people at the grassroots, they don't earn enough money even to cover the cost of the products. Okay, and lastly, number 10 is the attrition rate. Okay, in most network marketing companies, the attrition rate is very high because remember, if people don't earn money, they drop. I mean, even the top hitters, in certain plan where it's top heavy, the heavy hitters, okay, when attrition rate goes, it's very high, people drop out. At the end of the day, their income keep on reducing and they hop to a new company. That's what happened. Okay, so finally, what you are today is what you thought and what you did previously. That's where you are today. Now, if you want to change, okay, you can change from today onwards. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today. I hope that you learned something here. If you like what you hear and see, please feel free to like, to share, and to comment. I appreciate your time that you spend with me here, and I will see you again next week on Monday. Right? Today in Malaysia is already Friday, so we are having a weekend here, and therefore I wish you a great weekend, and I'll see you again next week on Monday. Okay, so this is Richard Quek from Malaysia wishing you good night and goodbye.